Hey, welcome back to my channel. This will probably be my least edited video ever, and that's because I'm on vacation. I'm in the wonderful country of Canada. I'm from the United States. Now, we're in a pandemic, so the reason I was able to cross the border is because I'm actually visiting my fiance, and it's been over a year since we see each other, so I'm very happy. But anyway, reviewing chapter 1007, Tanuki-san, or in the viz, Mr. Raccoon Dog. So, bothly makes the same thing. Tanukis are referred to raccoon dogs, and more on that later. It starts off with them basically hyping up Hirogoro, but at the same time, it's interesting that Drake says, "I think I can see why people feared Wano so much," but he should add an asterisk. I can see why they feared Wano so much in the past, because when you think about it, he's saying that because we just saw Hirogoro basically one-shot the entire Oniwan Banshu and the Mimi wa Rigumi, basically Orochi's samurais and Orochi's ninjas. And that's basically saying that Wano's not that strong now, but used to be super strong. I was very disappointed by Commander Hote, which we basically saw nothing of this guy. I mean, he's basically, besides Kiyoshiro, who turns out to be Denjiro, he was Orochi's supposed strongest samurai, and he just got destroyed immediately by someone from the past. I mean, Hirogo's not literally from the past, but his prime was from a different era. But yeah, I think it just goes to show that yes, at one point Wano was really strong, and that's why people like Akainu fear Wano. So what we find is what a lot of people expected. Queen's men are turning on him because, well, he's not a very good leader. I mean, he's just using them as pawns, and they're like, screw that. And the thing about Kaido's crew is most of them are made up of people who were their own pirates at one point. A lot of his subordinates were once captains of their own crews, so it does make sense that they have it in them to turn on Kaido and the All-Stars. But yeah, very expected, but it's nice to see that these former pirate captains do have guts of their own. But anyway, Chopper somehow stops one of the Yakuza bosses' sword swing, which is like really impressive. Where did that come from? Like, Chopper did it in Brain Point, basically his weakest form. And as far as we know, he doesn't have armor haki, so it must have been that armor, which also hypes up Kinemon, I believe, because he's the one that gave Chopper the armor in the first place. But yeah, Chopper made his, well, at first it seemed like an antidote, but he claims it's his own virus to combat the other virus, so there we go. There's really not much to say about that. It's like Sanji making a wedding cake, like that's just what they do. He's a very good doctor. What more do you expect from Chopper? But yeah, he smacks Queen, very impressive, although Marco was holding Queen for him to smack, but still, at the end of the day, it's nice to see. And we're seeing a lot of zones as of lately. We got King, Queen, Marco, Chopper, Drake, so many zones in this specific battlefield. It's just like a all-out animal warfare around here. So then we see a little bit on Momonosuke, and we find out why his fruit was made and stuff like that. Kind of skip over that. It's stuff we kinda could have guessed. It is interesting that it came from Kaido's DNA despite it coming from Kaido's devil fruit, but I'll get more on that in my Understanding Haki series part 4. But we see the scabbards get up and they're greeted by Oden. Do I think that's Oden? Nah, I don't really think that's Oden. It's very hard to believe that Oden would recover from, you know, boiling oil and getting shot in the head. Like, even if he did recover, right, I would expect him to just be completely changed from head to toe. I would expect like a Darth Vader level disfiguration of his body. So to see him just back fine, like, no, I can't believe that. So popular theories that I'm seeing is the Kitsune Gyukimaru, I don't think his name was Gyukimaru. That's the name of the person that Kitsune was pretending to be. But we'll just say Gyukimaru for now because I don't remember the name. I apologize. Kanjiro, people are saying that either Kanjiro created a clone of Oden, or maybe Kanjiro covered himself in ink to make him look like Oden. And then another one I'm seeing is Katarina Devon, right? Because Katarina can change. I seen one person suggest Mr. 2, but that obviously makes no sense. And I even seen someone suggest Hitetsu's teapot. I know that's such a weird, out of nowhere character, but the reason they suggest Hitetsu's teapot is because Hitetsu's teapot actually has a devil fruit, and that devil fruit is the Tanuki. I actually talked about this a year ago in a 3-part theory series surrounding the cursed swords, so I'll play a clip from that to really summarize this whole point, which will then lead to my next point. There may have been someone else more relevant to Zoro that could grant him a devil fruit sword. Maybe Zoro already has a devil fruit sword. The reason I say this is because that someone in Wano knows how to give inanimate objects a devil fruit. Remember, Hitetsu, the blacksmith that has been impressed with Zoro's swordsmanship, just happens to have a teapot named Bunbuku. He or someone he knows gave an inanimate object the Inu Inu no Mi model Tanuki. Perhaps there is a devil already within the Kitetsu that Zoro wields. Call me crazy, but it's almost too convenient to be irrelevant. Wano is clearly a place for Zoro to develop. Is it just a coincidence that we're learning more about cursed swords, Zoro's backstory, Ryo, Breath of all things, and that someone on the island might be able to give devil fruits to Sword? Maybe it means nothing, but if it ends up coming true, well, you know it wasn't just an asshole. These videos show the evidence that has been there all along. Now, I have a theory of my own. I don't think I've seen anybody else propose this, but I actually have a theory that it is the leader of the Oniwan Banshu, Fukurokuju, the guy with the long head and the long ears. The reason I believe this is him is first off, I should say, a lot of people in the last chapter were saying that, or 2 chapters ago actually, I think it was, that the person that was tending to the scabbards was Enel, which makes no sense. But they look like the guy or the person tending to them had long ears. Well, Fukurokuju actually does have long ears, so no way it could be Enel, but it could be that guy. 2, where is he? We haven't seen Fukurokuju, and if you look at when Hyogoro took out the Ono and Banshu and Orochi samurais, you don't see Fukurokuju there. At least, I don't know, I'll double check, just in case. Okay, so I checked just in case, and no, Fukurokuju is not there. So, where is he? Now, if Fukurokuju is the one that's being Oden, well, how is he posing as Oden? Well, 1, he's a ninja, right? And ninjas use transformation jutsu. Just look at Naruto. But you might be asking, well, how is he using transformation jutsu? Well, I don't think it's as simple as, well, that any ninja in the world of One Piece can use transformation jutsu. I don't think Shinobu can just use transformation jutsu whenever she wants. I don't think Raizo can do that, even though they're ninjas. So what makes Fukurokuju different? Well, devil fruit. I think it's a devil fruit that allows him to change. What devil fruit? Well, we already know Mr. 2 has the copy. We already know Katarina Devon has the 9-tailed fox. But there's other ways that a person could transform with other devil fruits. Basically, other mythical zone devil fruits. So, what if this title of the chapter is actually a double entendre? Not only is the raccoon dog or Tanuki referencing to Chopper, but also Fukurokuju. Now, I already said earlier that the teapot had the Tanuki devil fruit, but Tanukis are actual animals. They are real animals. They're not mythical creatures. So, that devil fruit that the teapot has is just a regular Tanuki, a normal real-life Tanuki. What if Fukurokuju has the mythical version of the Tanuki devil fruit? Then he would be able to transform. So, that's my theory. That's all I have to say this chapter. I hope you enjoy, and please stick around. I just finished recording my last bit for my theory on law and being a part of Sword in the Revolutionary Army. So I am working on it. All I have now is to just edit some more, and then release it. So please stick around. Thanks for watching.